Imagine finding out that the food you eat every day could be undermining your health with invisible chemicals linked to cancer and infertility. Welcome to a reality where the kitchen, the heart of many homes, might also be a source of unseen danger. These hazards are known as forever chemicals, a term that captures their persistent nature and alarming prevalence in everyday foods. Recent research has brought to light the unsettling levels of these substances in popular dietary staples, ranging from seafood like lobster and shrimp to seemingly innocuous items like dairy and baby food. What exactly are these forever chemicals? They include substances such as PFAS and phthalates, which are notorious for their durability in the environment and the human body. Alarmingly, they do not just linger but have been linked to a host of health issues. The impacts are severe, encompassing cancers, infertility, and even developmental disorders in children. Studies have shown that these chemicals are not sparing any food group. They have been found in high concentrations in canned products, dairy in plastic containers, and even in the nutritious profiles of heart-healthy cereals. Perhaps more disturbingly, even foods marketed towards our youngest, baby foods, are not exempt from contamination. The implications are clear and deeply concerning. With no safe level of exposure, the presence of these chemicals in our food supply is a significant concern. The safety of our diets is under threat, not just from what we can see or taste, but, more worryingly, from what we cannot. So what exactly are these so-called forever chemicals? At the heart of the concern are a group of substances known as PFAS, which stands for pure and polyfluoroalkyl substances, and phthalates, a group of chemicals used to make plastics more flexible. These compounds are found in a staggering array of products, from the non-stick coating on your frying pans, waterproof clothing, and stain-resistant fabrics, to the packaging that envelops many of the foods we consume daily. But why the ominous nickname, forever chemicals? It's because these substances are incredibly persistent, both in the environment and within the human body. They don't degrade or do so extremely slowly, which means once they enter the ecosystem, they're here to stay for a very, very long time. The real kicker? PFAS are not only durable but also omnipresent. They've been detected in the Arctic ice, deep-sea creatures, and most worryingly, in the blood of nearly every person tested in multiple global studies. This widespread presence is alarming because these chemicals have been linked to a host of health issues ranging from cancer to immune system disruptions. Phthalates, on the other hand, are primarily used to make plastics soft and pliable. Found in everything from vinyl flooring, adhesives, detergents, and even personal care products like shampoos and soaps, phthalates can leach out into foods and beverages stored in containers made with these substances. This exposure route is particularly concerning given their classification as endocrine disruptors, chemicals that can interfere with hormonal systems which may lead to reproductive abnormalities, obesity, and even diabetes. Their widespread use in consumer goods and industrial applications is a testament to their utility. They make materials last longer, reduce corrosion, and allow for ease of use in countless products. However, their resistance to breakdown means they accumulate in our environment and bodies, posing significant health risks over time. Their durability might be useful for industrial applications, but it's precisely what makes them a nightmare for human health. From the pantry to the dinner table, how are these toxins entering our food? Recent investigations by environmental watchdogs reveal a disturbing reality. Our everyday groceries are not as innocuous as they seem. These studies have focused on the presence of pure and polyfluoroalkyl substances, commonly known as PFAS, and phthalates in a variety of grocery items, uncovering some alarming truths. Phthalates, a group of chemicals used primarily to make plastics more flexible, have been found to migrate from packaging materials into the foods they contain. This leaching occurs not only in plastic containers, but also in the linings of cans, affecting a wide range of food products. For instance, a recent test found that a serving of Annie's canned organic cheesy ravioli contained 53,580 nanograms of phthalates. That's a significant amount for just one meal. It's not just canned foods that are culprits. Protein milk, such as the one offered by Fairlife, which comes in a plastic bottle, was found to contain 20,450 nanograms of phthalates per serving. These findings underscore a pervasive issue. Substances intended to make containers more durable are compromising the purity of our food. Other everyday items, including Del Monte's canned peaches and Chicken of the Sea's canned pink salmon, also show high levels of these chemicals. Each product, whether it's canned fruit or seafood, contributes to our daily intake of potential toxins, unwittingly consumed with each bite. Moreover, even products perceived as healthy are not exempt. Poland spring water, bottled in plastic, and Yoplait low-fat yogurt, packaged in similar materials, have also tested positive for high levels of phthalates. Surprisingly, even heart-healthy Cheerios, stored in a plastic bag within a cardboard box, contained about 11,000 nanograms of these chemicals per serving. It's not just about what you eat, but also about where it comes from and how it's packaged. The implications of these findings are clear. The safety of our food is influenced significantly by the materials used in its packaging, reminding us that our daily dose of nutrients might unfortunately come with a side of toxins. The effects of consuming forever chemicals go far beyond temporary discomfort. These substances, often hidden in the very fabric of everyday life, from the food we eat to the containers they come in, have profound implications on human health. Firstly, let's consider hormonal disruptions. Chemicals like phthalates, found in the linings of canned goods and plastic containers, are known as endocrine disruptors. This means they can interfere with the body's hormonal balance, leading to a myriad of health issues. Research has shown that exposure to high levels of these chemicals can lead to decreased fertility, changes in puberty onset, and increased risks of hormone-related cancers, such as breast and prostate cancer. Moving to a broader scale, the impact of these chemicals on cancer rates is alarming. Studies have linked prolonged exposure to certain forever chemicals with an increased risk of several types of cancer, including kidney and testicular cancer. The mechanisms are still being unraveled, but the correlation paints a grim picture of their danger. Developmental issues are another critical concern. In pregnant women, exposure to high levels of forever chemicals can transfer to the fetus, potentially leading to birth defects and developmental delays. This risk continues into early childhood, where exposure can affect growth, learning, and behavior. The broader implications for public health cannot be overstated. With these chemicals present in numerous everyday items, the cumulative exposure for the general population can lead to an increased burden on healthcare systems. Chronic illnesses related to these exposures can require long-term, costly treatments and can significantly decrease quality of life. Moreover, the persistence of these chemicals in the environment means that they are not just a current health issue, but a lingering threat for future generations. Their ability to resist breakdown processes and accumulate both in the environment and within living organisms makes them a formidable challenge for environmental health and safety. These chemicals don't just affect individuals, they pose a widespread threat to public health. Awareness is the first step, but what can you actually do to minimize your exposure? As forever chemicals continue to be a pressing concern, taking proactive steps to protect your health and that of your loved ones becomes essential. Here are some actionable tips to limit your exposure to these harmful substances. Firstly, when shopping for groceries, always check for BPA-free labels. This designation indicates that the packaging material does not contain bisphenol A, a chemical often found in plastics that can leach into food and drinks. But remember, BPA is just one type of potentially harmful chemical, so further vigilance is necessary. Secondly, consider the packaging of the products you buy. Foods stored in glass containers are generally safer than those in cans or plastic, as these can contain phthalates and other harmful chemicals. Opting for fresh or frozen foods over canned goods can also reduce your risk of exposure. Moreover, it's wise to vary your diet to avoid regular consumption of high-risk foods like processed meats and certain seafood known to accumulate higher levels of toxins. Incorporating more organic and locally sourced foods can also help minimize the intake of these chemicals. Finally, beyond personal choices, advocating for stricter regulations and better labeling practices is crucial. Support organizations that push for transparency and safety in food production and packaging. Engage in community and policy-making efforts to demand higher standards from food manufacturers. While individual actions are crucial, collective efforts can lead to safer food practices and healthier lives. Today, we've uncovered just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to forever chemicals. Throughout this discussion, we've seen how pervasive these substances are, found not just in seafood, but in everyday food items from canned goods to dairy products. The risks associated with these chemicals are severe, linking them to serious health issues like cancers, infertility, and developmental problems. Remember, there is no safe level of exposure to these chemicals. They are designed to last forever, not breaking down in the environment or our bodies, which makes them a persistent threat. It's crucial to be vigilant about the products we consume and the containers they come in. Look for labels like BPA-free and be cautious with plastics and canned foods. Knowledge is your most powerful tool. By understanding the risks and sources of these chemicals, you can make safer choices. Share what you've learned today with friends and family. Awareness is the first step towards change. By staying informed and proactive, we can protect our health and push for a future where food no longer comes with a side of toxins.